What is going on, peeps? Okay, so look, I'm just gonna briefly go through the stocks that we're watching. I'm not gonna break it down too much on account of a lot of people have been asking me about the rise of cryptocurrencies and where this is projected to be heading as far as Bitcoin is concerned. I'll go over that here in just a moment, but first let's get out the unpleasantries. I got to get this out of the way. It's a disclaimer. I am not an attorney nor a tax advisor or a financial advisor. Please consult with real professionals. The following is my opinion, in my opinion only, based on my own research. I will share the information that I get with you and encourage you to check it out for yourself so that you can form your own opinion. Okay, you guys? And at the end of this, if you don't mind, hit the like and share button. This helps out the channel. And please subscribe. Something's going on with YouTube. They're trying to now force us into unlisted or private settings for higher revenues. And I don't understand why and how that works, because mine needs to be published and it's public so that you can find it. So I need to figure out what direction that YouTube's trying to push everybody into. It's definitely interesting. I just seen it today for my first time. So before we get into that, here is our stocks that we've been watching. And as you can see, some of them definitely retracted back. There's a couple of negative marks, and we went from 14 down to 12% in our gains so far for the year. Of course, the bigger ones are still all of your cryptocurrencies. Okay, so if you really want to look into this, just hit the pause button and you can look at them a little bit more in detail. But what I'm going to go over to, quick reminder, you guys, that Pimpy's Investment Chat, I do have a Facebook group with the same name as my YouTube channel. I will encourage you guys to come join us. There is a link in there if you want to come join us. We talk about everything in here from gold to silver, cryptocurrencies, Forex, foreign currencies. And then this is starting to become another popular group of mine. There's a lot of people there called the hidden things in front of your eyes. If you like conspiracies and all that kind of stuff, it is talked about in this group. This group has been here for years. I've had this. So if you want to come and join us like these two new people have, I will leave a link in here as well, and you can come join us, okay? But for the most part, this is Pimpy's Investment Chat, so come join us. The link is in the description. Now, in the past, I was talking about ITM trading. There's a lady named Lynette Zhang. She is a woman that I highly recommend. I left a link to her YouTube channel. She is very knowledgeable. I once said that if I had a Pimpy's Investment class, Pimpy's Investment Chat school, that Lynette Zhang would be my professor as far as when it comes to gold and silver and her explaining the economy. But my crypto professor definitely would be Chico Crypto. I'm going to play parts of his video because he does this great job of explaining the past patterns using charts, showing you where he believes, and based on its pattern, where Bitcoin is going and where we are right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it, and then if you just listen to him, you can hear he does a great. His videos are phenomenal, and I will leave a link to his YouTube channel as well, so you can come check him out. But here's what he's got to say about where we are with Bitcoin and where we're going. So check him out.
Well, my friends, now that it has officially passed the Bitcoin halving and the reward slashing, we can finally move on to what comes next, the end of the 4-year cycle, which in the past has always meant a more than parabolic run. Pulling out this beautiful BTC halving rallies chart, we can see pre-halving always has a rally in the 4-year cycle, although with each halving, the rally has decreased in magnitude from the cycle's low, with this year's only being 168%. Only. But as we can see in the lighter shade yellow, it's the post-halving rallies that are significant. This is when Bitcoin goes parabolic. After the November 2012 halving to Bitcoin's peak during the post-rally, BTC grew by another 9,212% from the low. It took just over a year for this to happen in December of 2013. I remember the day. As we can see, after the July 2016 halving to Bitcoin's peak during the post-rally, BTC grew by another 2,910% from the low. Although with this rally, it took 1.5 years for this to happen, to the end of 2017. But once again, the parabolic peak was in December. So, is it going to happen again this time? Are we going to rally? Well, my sister's name isn't Sally, but I'm hoping for a rally. And we will look at just some basic data to see what type of rally this could be. Basic meaning just based on averages, not based like links. So if BTC grew by a total of 9,680% from its low in the first cycle, and then grew by a total of 3,151% in the second cycle, you just add those up, which is 12,831, and then divide by 2. And with rounding up, we get an average growth from the low of 6,416%. How about average time? Well, from the day of the halving in 2012, November 28th, to the peak of the parabolic run, December 4th, 2013, 371 days went by. From the day of the halving in 2016, July 9th, to the peak of the parabolic run, 525 days went by. You just add those up, which is 896, and divide by 2, and we get an average time since the halving to peak of 448 days. So you want some of that FOMO? With just averages, we would hit our next peak 447 days later. 1 day has passed since the halving, so it would be August 2nd, 2021. What would Bitcoin's price be? Well, we grew an average of 6,416% since the all-time low, which was around $3,230. That would put the peak price above 207 grand on that day, August 2nd, 2021. Now, I could tell you that is going to happen. It's a Bitcoin super cycle, and then for the rest of this video, show you how to leverage trade, tempt you with a free $90 referral link, and then go laugh while I don't even make a trade myself and hope for volatility, either way, up or down, because the more of that, win or lose for my subs, the more I would make. But I'm not a total piece of dog poopy, and if you are new to this world and you are watching YouTubers doing that, they are going to hurt you and hurt you very soon. I'm going to be a tad more realistic. I do believe what is going on in the world, hyperinflation across economies, QE and money printer go.
Can you characterize everything that the Fed has done this past week as essentially flooding the system with money?
Yes, exactly.
And there's no end to your ability to do that.
There is no end to our ability to do that.
We have to realize that this is the beginning of the end of the rope for the good old USD and fiat currencies as a whole. There will only ever be 21 million BTC, and our Fed is saying they will print unlimited amounts of USD. Just think about that for a second.
Yes, exactly.
All right, you back? Now let's get real and think about what could happen to the Bitcoin price next cycle. Well, pulling back out the cycle's percentages chart, it's obvious to see with having pre and post, the percentage increase from the low gets smaller and smaller. Pre-halving 2012, it was plus 468%. Pre-halving 2016, it was plus 241%. And finally, pre-halving 2020, it was plus 168%. And then post-halving from the low, it was plus 9,212% in 2012 and plus 2,910% in 2016. But we are missing the post-halving data from 2020, obviously. While using the pre-halving increase data and the average differences between them, we can get a way better idea. Difference between plus 468 and plus 241 is 227, a decrease of about 49%, and the difference between plus 241 and plus 168 is 73, a decrease of about 30%. So based on average decrease percentages, 49 plus 30, and then divide by 2, the pre-halving percentage increase with each cycle on average decreases by about 40%. And then post-halving, we only have one data point. Difference between plus 9,212 and plus 2,910 is 6,302, a decrease of about 68%. One thing to notice is the magnitude between pre-halving first difference and post-halving first difference, much larger magnitude, 68% versus 49%. Actually 39% more magnitude. So what are we gonna do? We will take the average decrease pre-halving, that 40%, and apply it to post-halving data. Post-halving second cycle increase is plus 2,910%. A 40% slash of that would be 1,174%. So adding what has already happened this cycle, pre-halving plus 168%, and adding our estimated plus 1,174% post-halving, we get a total from this cycle of plus 1,342%. From this cycle's low of about $3,230, that would put the next all-time high at $43,436. That, in my opinion, is a more realist view of things. But what about a bullish, pessimistic view of the next cycle? So remember the plus 1,174% we calculated, and we found that there was a much steeper post-halving drop than pre-halving, 39% steeper. Thus, we need to slash off another 39% off of that 1,174%. That would put us at about plus 716% to the next all-time high post-halving. So adding what has already happened this cycle pre-halving plus 168%, adding our estimated plus 716% post-halving, we get a total from this cycle of plus 884%. From the low of about $3,230, that would put the next all-time high at $28,553. So we have three all-time high prices right now. A super bullish based on just averages of $207,000. A realist based on average differences of about $43,000. And a pessimist bullish based on adding a steeper magnitude post of about $29,000. I know, everyone wants a 207K number, but we can't just be FOMO bulls with the blindfolds on. Right, Johnny? But data is data, and maybe we should make one more prediction. I like to call this one the Chico one. It takes the averages of the super, realist, and pessimist, 207K plus 43K plus 29K, added up and then divided by 3, and you get $93,000. I don't know why, I don't know what, but something has told me that 100K or near that mark is this next cycle's target number. Multiple videos I have been calling for that mark, and I did a similar analysis back last year when I was clean shaven and in Miami, and came up with a date of the next all-time high that I really like. Let's watch now. The date to reach the 20K all-time high again would be December 5th, 2021. The date to reach a new all-time high after a parabolic run would be on December 7th, 2022. December once again. Although we are over 2 years out from reaching the next parabolic high, December 2022, well, you got to go back to the time data. To reach the high post-halving, it has been increasing. 1 year after 2012, 1.5 years after 2016. So based on this, all I got to say is it just might be a couple of good holidays for crypto holders coming up. 2021, 2022. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
So again, Chico Crypto is somebody that I respect. I like him a lot. I do watch a lot of his videos. He has a lot of knowledge. But anyways, people are asking me about the graphs, and I was like, why not just go straight to the source himself and show you what he was talking about. So what he's talking about is the value of Bitcoin. That's where he's projecting it to be. Somewhere around 93,000, and this will happen somewhere around December 2022. All right, so if you're looking at cryptocurrencies, I told you they would rebound. There was a drop and everybody panicked. And I told you guys, and I've said this several times, for you newbies, don't buy cryptocurrencies with your emotions. Buy them and leave them alone. They always rebound. So you can see right here, it went from, it was like 8,700 something. Now it's back up to 9,300. And look at 198. They'll continue to go. This is a pattern of cryptocurrencies. If you look at the 52-week average, Bitcoin's right there in the middle, all right? And look at here, Ethereum is almost in the middle. That's my big one right there. XRP has always been on the low side of the 52-week average. And down here is Stellar Loomis. Look, you don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have the $9,300 to buy a Bitcoin. You could buy fractions of it. So if you just want to keep putting in let's say $50 every check, you can. If you just want to keep putting $50 worth of Bitcoin, you can buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. You could buy a portion of a coin, and you just keep adding to it, and adding to it. Okay, until you reach the goal that you want, and then you just kind of leave it alone. Okay, so this is how cryptocurrencies work. I will leave a link to Chico Crypto. He's got great videos. He explains cryptocurrencies. Not only does he explain them well, but he brings some of the greatest news regarding all cryptocurrencies. Okay, he's unbiased, and he's not what do you want to say? He's not yeah, he's definitely unbiased. He's not favorable to anyone. He was, he does live shows. He explains why he likes coins, why he goes in the direction of certain coins, and he does it in great detail. And this is where I learned a lot, is from Chico Crypto himself. All right. So, anyways, like I said, I wanted to share this because we were talking about the direction that cryptocurrencies are going in, and I was telling people that are newbies, they keep going, "Oh my God, I lost like $20, or I lost like $40." I'm like, hey, you don't lose anything until you actually sell it. So think about that. If it drops down in value compared to where you first got in, don't panic. Don't sell. Leave it alone. If you leave it alone, it'll go right back up and then some. Okay? So that's what you got to do when it comes to cryptocurrencies. There is a small window, I think, a small opportunity in which you can make a lot of money off cryptocurrencies. So I'm just watching that window, and then we'll see what happens from there. But he did explain in detail. If you look at his graph and listen to him, he's talking about the value of one Bitcoin. That's what he's talking about. All right, you guys. I hope that helps. I'll catch you later.